So good morning, everybody. Very sorry I can't be with you today for the meeting. Unfortunately, work and family commitments are not allowing that today, but Bettina has asked whether I can anyway try to contribute by giving a short presentation, both about ICLEI, my organisation, and also the project that we are working on together, which is SPP Regions. My name is Simon Clement, and I work for ICLEI's Sustainable Economy and Procurement team. And I'm also coordinating the SPP Regions project, which I will describe a little bit more later on. So first of all, a quick few words about ICLEI and who we are, for those of you who don't know us. We are an international membership organisation of local governments working towards sustainability. And we have approximately 1,000 members across the globe, about 200 in Europe. And as you can see, I'm not sure whether you can see the map here, but we have, for example, Calvia, very near you all today. One of the key topics that we work on at ICLEI is sustainable procurement. We've been working on this for a number of years. I myself have been working in the team for 15 years now. I guess because of the nature of your meeting, I don't need to convince a lot of you about the need for sustainable procurement or what sustainable procurement is, but maybe a few reminder words. Effectively, every single procurement action that we do, also every purchase that we make as private consumers, has consequences for sustainability. Whether we're talking about the energy consumption of the product that we're buying or how it is produced, the resource use in making the product, waste generated by the product or by a service, potentially jobs created through a contract, and a multitude of other different consequences that all of our procurement activities have. And what, of course, we can try to do is optimize what those results, what those impacts, what those consequences are. And that is the nature of sustainable procurement. As well as this, what public procurement also potentially provides is a key launch market for innovative and sustainable products and services, a way to get those products and services onto the market and hopefully then develop more broadly within the market. As a consequence of this, for ICLEI, we think that sustainable procurement is a very key tool for all local governments to meet a whole series of different strategic aims. Okay, on to the project which I'm coordinating, which Bettina is also working with me on, which is SPP Regions. And at the heart of this project is our aim to promote the creation of regional networks of municipalities cooperating on sustainable procurement and innovation procurement, exactly as you are trying to do yourselves. We have 7 regions working directly within the project: Barcelona, Torino, West France, Réseau Grand Ouest, Southwest England, Rotterdam and The Hague, Copenhagen and Bulgaria. So we're spread right across Europe, a number of very different types of regions. And what we're trying to do is show that regional networking can be a very powerful tool in helping public authorities implement sustainable procurement effectively. We have 2 key targets within the project. The first of those is for each of these regional networks of municipalities to publish 6 what we're calling eco-innovative tenders, and I'll come on to that in a second. Another important target for us, we're not content with the 7 regions that we have within the project. We would also like to try and establish a further 10 regional networks. We are trying to demonstrate that this can work and thereby encourage others to do the same. So why are we doing this at all? Why do we consider regional networking to be important? Point number 1, probably the most important, is regional networking allows us to pool our scarce resources in sustainable procurement. Within a regional network, we likely have a number of different authorities with a number of different levels of experience, expertise, not necessarily higher or lower, but different. And through regional networking, we're able to pool that expertise. Some may know something more about one market, one product, one service, one way of doing procurement than another. And this is, of course, particularly the case where you have a bigger municipality and several smaller municipalities within the same network. This is a very effective tool. Sharing market knowledge, of course, as well. All procurers have a certain knowledge of the market in which they're operating. The more procurers we have together, the more market knowledge we can collect. And of course, the process of procurement and tendering itself is resource intensive. So by working together as a network, we can help to sort of pool those resources as well and work more efficiently. And this is not just about our own internal impact within the network. What we also can do much more effectively through regional networking is work with the market. Now, a market actor might listen to one public authority. It's more likely to listen to several public authorities cooperating, working together, and sending a similar message. So what you're likely to do, if you are visibly working together as a regional network, is gain attention from suppliers. What you can also hopefully do is through this more effectively encourage your regional and local suppliers and businesses to work with you. And finally, of course, what we can see are potential economic benefits. Now, joint procurement isn't something which all regional networks are engaged in. It can be a complicated process, but many of them do. And of course, by actually buying together, so not just cooperating in the preparation, but the actual tendering together, you can of course achieve fairly large economies of scale and make sure that all municipalities within the network have access to the same conditions as the others. Okay, I mentioned before that we want to have 6 eco-innovative tenders published by each region. So just quickly, what do we actually mean by eco-innovation? It's not an easy term to actually define. So what we have said within the project is an eco-innovative tender is one that leads to a significant reduction of environmental impact and is also new to the tendering organisation. Now, in trying to achieve eco-innovations, we think there are several key tools that a procurer can use within the procurement process to try and help promote that. First of these is a very effective needs analysis, something which seems very obvious, but many public authorities within their tendering procedure are not necessarily doing as comprehensively as could be done. Market engagement, working with suppliers before you actually go out to tender. Life cycle costing, considering the costs throughout the life cycle of a product or service, not just the purchase price. And using performance or output-based specifications. Now this means rather than being very prescriptive when you go to market and say, I want precisely that, you rather go to the market and say, I want to achieve this. How can I best get there? All of the topics which I've just described, we've actually produced reports within the SPP Regions project. I think they're either available now or they will be very shortly, so you can have a little bit more there. But of course, Bettina can also talk to you about those. Okay. Just quickly, before I finish, another initiative which Bettina and ICLEI works together on is Procure Plus. I'm not sure whether any of you have heard of this. This is our European Sustainable Procurement Network. So we've talked about regional networking. Procure Plus is our effort to do this at the European level. We currently have a network of about 45 public authorities, including regions, and the aim is that these public authorities connect, exchange and act on sustainable and innovation procurement. It's been running for over 10 years now, and we have a number of different activities that we do together as a network, including seminars, workshops, webinars. We have a regular Procure Plus seminar every year. We also have interest groups on different topics, such as market engagement or circular procurement. What we also try to do is make sure that we are promoting the achievements of the members of the network as much as we can. And we're also there for advice and support if necessary. And one of the strategic partners we have within Procure Plus is Eco-Institute. So hopefully maybe this is something we can discuss later to see whether you would also be interested in becoming a participant in Procure Plus. Okay, that's all for me. Very short introduction. So I hope very much that the meeting goes well. I'm looking forward to hearing what happens, and I hope I will in the future get an opportunity to come and meet you all in person. Thank you.